Hey everybody, Brandon here again. I've got an interesting video for you today. Cliq Products, previously Go Chair, reached out to me and said they were coming out with a version 2.0 of their chair, the folding, lightweight, compact, carry anywhere camping chair. They reached out to me and said, hey, we've got a version 2.0 coming out. We really appreciated your review video for the first chair. If we sent you one, would you mind doing another video? I've never had anyone reach out to me like this, so of course I said yes. And basically it just came in the mail. So right off the bat, it's basically the same chair. It's just a little bit different in some of the materials used and some of the dimensions, which I'll get into here in just a minute. I want to pull out my piece of paper that I wrote all those down on so I don't tell you the wrong thing. But the operation of the chair is the exact same. And if you can remember what the original chair looked like, which I'll open up here in just a second, it looks pretty much the exact same. So again, same chair, same operation. This one's the original Go Chair. And the Cliq Chair just basically took away the Go Chair name on there. So again, same chair, same design, same operation. You might be able to notice it here in the camera just a little bit. The Cliq Chair is just a little bit narrower than the Go Chair. The fabric is a little bit tighter on it. It's a little bit heavier duty. The seams and the stitching, I'm not exactly sure what kind of material it is. If you're familiar with like Cordura, it kind of feels like that going around the edges. It's thicker, it just feels a little more robust. And then if you kind of notice the chair, the fabric is a little bit stiffer, again, because it's a little bit heavier duty, which I really like. My only issue when I did the review with the Go Chair was the fabric. Again, I haven't had any issues with it. I've taken it to the field, I've taken it for training exercises, I've taken it down to the beach, I've used it a lot, and I haven't had any issues with it. Again, it was just a concern of mine that it might be something that would pop up. So basically, the Go Chair, again, I didn't have any complaints about it, I didn't have any issues, but once you get to sit in this one and then sit in the Cliq Chair, hi Beaumont, and sit in the Cliq Chair, you start to notice a few other things. So again, the fabric, the same issues that I had with it the first time around. Hey, buddy, I know. Okay, you gotta back up. You end up, again, I said the Cliq Chair was a little bit narrower, but again, some of the fabric on the side of the Go Chair, it just seems kind of extra, so they may have just kind of trimmed that, and that's why the Cliq Chair is a little bit narrower. But again, it's a very comfortable chair. Having sat in the Cliq Chair, getting to see the comparison between the two, the Go Chair has a little more give in the arms that are supporting it, and so it kind of wiggles a little bit. It doesn't feel not sturdy. It doesn't feel off balance. I wouldn't describe it as wobbly, but it has a little more give to it. Whereas now, when I have a seat in the Cliq Chair, okay, ready? Go get it. There's less give. It's a much more firm seat. It feels more like a single unit, and I don't know if they redesigned some of the legs. They look the same, they're the same thickness. From my understanding, it's just the fabric, and it may be the thicker seams coming around it that is holding the thing tighter, and so it just has a lot less, again, of a wiggle to it. Again, it's not off balance or anything like that. There's nothing against it with the Go Chair. This one just feels a little more firm, if that makes sense. But yeah, I loved the Go Chair. I'm sure I'm absolutely gonna love this Cliq Chair. Again, they addressed my major concern, which was the fabric. They're still doing the double stitching. The new edging material, again, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I looked on the website, I couldn't find a name for it in the descriptions. But if you're familiar with like a Cordura material, that's what it feels like, as opposed to on the Go Chair, it's still just, it feels like it's just the nylon. So again, it just has a more robust feel to it. I really like that the chair is a little more firm. And I've never had any issues with it. You know, I'm 200 pounds, you know, plus throw on when I'm wearing, you know, gear and stuff. The website says it'll hold up to 300 pounds. I haven't added on extra weight just to test that out. But I've had no issues. I mean, plopping down in this thing, I haven't treated it real careful. And again, with my Go Chair, you know, there's no scrapes, there's no dents, there's no tears in the fabric from my multi-tool holder rubbing on it. There's no rust from me being down on the beach. I rinse it off every time with just the hose, so for some fresh water, but I mean, I don't treat it super careful, and it's had no issues. I usually rinse it off, I let it sit up, put it in my garage, I let it dry out before folding it up. I don't want to make sure that I don't get any mildew or anything on it, but I haven't had any problems with it. So again, the thicker material is just kind of something that gives me a little more peace of mind. The whole thing just feels a little sturdier and a little more firm. Yeah, so I really think they just kind of went and said, hey, we have a successful product, but what do we do to make it just a little bit better? And I really think they did that without changing the chair too much and having to put it out as a whole separate product and then changing the price points and all that kind of stuff. So again, fantastic chair. I've absolutely loved mine. You know, I take mine everywhere. Now I'm just going to basically leave one in my truck for whenever I need a chair, wherever I'm out doing something. So I'm really excited about that. I mentioned I had taken down some, again, scientific measurements with, you know, my tape measure and my luggage scale. But just kind of for a comparison between the two, when folded up, originally how it comes, the Go Chair was 14 inches long, the Cliq Chair is 15 inches long. The circumference of both of them was 12 inches whenever it was all folded up. When it opens up, both of them from the floor to the hub down here for the device, both of those are 8.5 inches off the ground, and then depending on how much give it has whenever you sit down into it, you've got about 2 inches there. So that's the 10 inches that they say that the seat keeps you off the ground on their website. So that's the same on both of them. For the width on the Go Chair, it was 22 inches wide. The Cliq Chair is 20 inches wide. Again, I think that's just them kind of trimming down. You can see here how this fabric just flops. So it's not really doing anything or supporting anything. So they trimmed that up a little bit. The seat height, if you want, so going from the bottom to the top, up here on the Go Chair it was 24 inches. On the Cliq Chair it was 23. So again, they do double stitching on both. I just noticed on the Go Chair, it's a zigzag pattern of stitching, whereas on the Cliq Chair, it's a straight stitch. I'm not sure exactly what difference that makes, but it's just a change that I noticed. The weight, all right, again, because the Cliq Chair went to some heavier duty materials, it did add a little bit of weight, still nothing much. The Go Chair was 3.36 pounds and the Cliq Chair 3.8 pounds. Okay, so you added about a half pound there. So not that big of a deal. Anyways, I want to say thank you to everybody who's checking out the video. I want to say thank you to my subscribers, and I want to say thank you to Cliq Chair for reaching out and sharing their new product with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Take a moment, you know, maybe throw a like on there, or if you're interested in some of the future videos that I'm going to have, I back a lot of products off of Kickstarter and Indiegogo, so I've got some crazy stuff coming in here very soon. So click subscribe so you can take a look at those and, you know, maybe get in on a product kind of on the ground floor. So anyways, y'all have a great day.